Hey everyone, and welcome to another explainer from A Guiding Light 911. Today, we're diving into something that is, frankly, one of the toughest parts of recovery: how to set clear, compassionate boundaries in the relationships you care about the most. This is a skill that can honestly change everything, so let's get right into it. You know, if this quote hits home for you, you are absolutely in the right place. Loving someone while also protecting your own sobriety or supporting theirs is such a delicate balance. It really can feel like walking a tightrope, and it's completely 100% normal to feel that tension. So, to make this whole thing feel way more manageable, we've broken it down into 5 simple parts. We'll start with what we're calling the sobriety tightrope. Then we'll define your safety line, cover 4 essential boundary types, learn a super helpful tool called the Dear Man script, and we'll wrap it all up with your very own step-by-step plan. So why is this so critical? Well, think of healthy boundaries as the safety line on that tightrope we just talked about. And this isn't just a nice idea, you know? Research from major health organizations like SAMHSA and the NCBI actually shows a direct link. When families have clear limits, it measurably improves recovery outcomes and, just as importantly, the health of the relationship itself. Okay, so what is this safety line exactly? Let's get crystal clear on what we actually mean by a boundary, because this isn't about building walls or pushing people away. It's about creating a safe, predictable space where your relationship has room to heal and grow. Now this, right here, is a total game changer. Relationship experts at places like the Gottman Institute point out that a real boundary focuses on your actions. It's an empowering statement of self-care. If this happens, here is what I am going to do. An ultimatum, on the other hand, tries to control what they do. And that's almost always a recipe for a power struggle. So here's the bottom line. A boundary is just a line you draw for yourself. It's not a threat. It's not a punishment. It is a calm, pre-decided action plan that says, I love you and I love me enough to keep us both safe. It's a profound act of respect for everyone involved. Okay, so we know what a boundary is. But where do we actually need them the most? Let's break it down into 4 really practical categories that come up all the time in recovery. First up, your time and your energy. Think of these as the fuel for your recovery engine. Setting a boundary here means protecting your non-negotiables. You know, your meetings, therapy appointments, your sleep, your exercise. And I want to be really clear, these are not selfish acts. They are essential maintenance for your well-being. Second is communication. And wow, this is a big one. Just think about how many arguments happen late at night or when someone's under stress. A really powerful boundary is deciding when those tough conversations can even happen. A simple rule like, hey, we don't discuss serious topics if either of us is intoxicated, can prevent so much pain and actually create a space for real connection when you're both calm and sober. Third, let's talk about the tangible stuff, your home and your money. This means getting specific. For example, a boundary could be no substances are allowed in our home, period. Or maybe, I don't give cash anymore, but I am more than happy to buy groceries or pay for a ride to a meeting. See how that shifts the support away from enabling and toward reinforcing recovery? And fourth, the absolute, unshakable bottom line, safety. This is non-negotiable. It means deciding in advance what you will do if verbal abuse happens, if threats are made, or if someone tries to drive while impaired. Your plan might be to leave the house or call for help. Having this plan ready isn't about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared to create a truly safe environment. So you know what boundary you need to set, but how in the world do you actually say it without starting a huge fight? Well, for that, we're going to turn to a brilliant evidence-based tool from dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT. It's called the Dear Man script. The script is broken into 2 simple parts. The Dear is what you say. You describe the facts, express your feelings, assert what you're asking for, and reinforce the benefits for everyone. The M part is how you say it. Stay mindful of your tone, appear confident, and be willing to negotiate if you need to. It's a complete roadmap for the conversation. Let's see this thing in action. Last night, you came home after drinking. That's D. Just describe the objective facts. I felt scared. That's E. Express your feeling. I'm asking that we only talk about tough topics when we're both sober. There's A, the clear, asserted ask. That way, we can connect instead of fight. And that's R, reinforcing the benefit for both of you. See how that's direct, it's honest, and it's not an attack? Okay, let's put all of this together. This is where the rubber meets the road. This final section is all about giving you a step-by-step plan to turn these ideas into a real, tangible agreement you can actually start using in your life. Here is your 6th step playbook. 1. Name your core values. What are you really protecting here? 2. Identify the specific behaviors that cross those lines. 3. Decide on your action. What will you do? 4. Write it out using that Dear Man script. 5. Share the plan when you're both calm and sober. And 6, and this is probably the most important part, follow through calmly and consistently. That is how you build trust. As you start doing this work, I just want you to hold on to this idea. Setting and holding a boundary is a profound act of love. It's love for yourself and your recovery. It's love for your partner, and it's an act of faith in the future of your relationship. It's you saying, we are worth protecting. So I'll leave you with this question to just reflect on. You don't have to solve everything all at once. Just think about it. What is one small, clear boundary you can set today to protect what truly matters most to you? Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. If you found it helpful on your journey, please do us a favor and give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to A Guiding Light 911 for more content just like this. For additional resources and support, you can always visit us at www.agl911.com. Take good care of yourself.